So people are often asking me what's in my Where's Waldo lunchbox. So let's take a look. We got some, what is this, Triple F black powder. I've got my nice cannon, and then I've got my shooting cannon. Got to keep your shooting cannon wrapped up in a camouflage cloth. This is what it used to look like. I never shot this one. This one I've shot quite a bit and it gets kind of filthy. And you can shoot all kinds of cool stuff. What is this, about a 30 caliber projectile of some sort? I've got quite a big bag of them. This is what they look like after you shoot them a whole bunch of times. They get kind of filthy. Pretty much all you need for a little tiny cannon like this is some powder. And I forget why Triple F is so good, but there's some reason why Triple F is the best. I think it's the cleanest or something. I carry this massive Swiss Army knife in here, although it's not a real one. You need some smaller diameter fuse, which is a little tough to get sometimes. It's not the regular Canon fuse you get at gun shows. I use a little rod sometimes for tamping it in, but honestly I never do that. You have a little powder measure in here somewhere, which is pretty much just, I think it was a 9mm shell, bent with some wire. Yeah, 9mm, so about that much powder poured into the cannon is the right measure. I'll sometimes make shot with all these BBs, although you don't get a lot of power out of these cannons. I can take a projectile like that and shoot it about 5 feet into a cardboard box, and depending on how much powder, I can get it just stick in the cardboard box like a dart, or go in the first side and get stuck inside. So figured since we're taking a break here while we're shooting, while it's real windy, I'll try shooting it and see what happens. Get ourselves a piece of wick. And I buy these, I guess it's 1.6mm fuse. I cut them into, what, a 2-inch little piece. I've got this bent paper clip that I use to clear the hole out where the wick goes. And I kind of clean out the barrel a little bit. I'm not too fussy with my cannon since it's just a toy. Of course, no kid should be using this because it uses real black powder and stuff. But it's just a little heaping 9mm casing. I'm going to pour it into the cannon there. And it's basically ready to go. Just blow some of that extra powder out of there. And then you stick your cannon fuse into the hole. It's fairly basic. And I'm not going to bother. I guess I might as well shoot a projectile. What the heck. So again, I'll use one of my old dirty ones. They fit right in. You want to make sure it's not going to get stuck or anything. That one's a little tight, so I'm not going to bother. I figured out that if you use the back of a 22 or a case of a 22 Magnum, that fits pretty good in there, and it doesn't really do any damage. Now it's on an uneven table here, so I'm going to adjust the camera a little bit. On the lighter, and there's not much to it. I'm just going to light the wick here, and in a minute or two it'll go boom. Pretty neat. So I just shot a 22 Magnum shell, I don't know, a ways out there. Kind of neat. What they're really for is signaling like a start of a race in a boat race or something like that, or just playing around on the table. It didn't go anywhere because it had this like uneven table, but if you shoot it, you know, Newton's laws come into play, so it'll usually back off a little bit, so you can sometimes brace it or do stuff to it. But if you don't put enough black powder in there, you can really play around with it. Anyway, little black powder cannon. I don't know what they cost, $25 or something. They're not real expensive. The black powder costs more than the cannon. That was with no projectile, just shooting out some flame.